Hello everyone, this is Ron. Welcome back to another Final Fantasy 7 Ever Crisis video, and in today's video I am going to talk about how to increase the damage of your summons, and most importantly how to decide which summon is going to be best for you, because that's a main decision that you need to take before working with your summons, because there's a lot of work to do and you need a ton of resources. So this decision about summons before working on them will help you to save a lot of time and a lot of resources and avoid a lot of mistakes as well. So let's dive into the topic, guys, and I'm going to take you first to my party, because first decision that you need to make about the summons is to decide who is going to be your main damage dealer in the game, because usually you would like to use your summons with your main damage dealer, because summon damage mostly depends on the stats of the characters, and each and every summons except Bahamut are having elements. That means you would like to build your characters based on elements to support those respective elements of the summons. I'm going to talk about these things later as we proceed further. So let's just say I decided Cloud as my main character. Now Cloud, I can build Cloud both in magic or both in physical. That's possible, but considering the current availability of weapons, physical Cloud is going to be the best. So if you consider Cloud, go for physical build, and if you consider physical build, then which build is ideal for summons? For my account, or I think in most account, lightning build of a physical Cloud is going to be ideal, because there are certain weapons, great weapons in the game that is going to complement and support this lightning build of Cloud. There are certain sub weapons, certain these secondary weapons which are going to be helpful. So lightning build physical, that is going to be easier for Cloud if you have certain of these things, certain gear. For example, in my case I am having this Murasame, which is directly supporting the lightning build. So you understand the point, guys, you have to have everything. Now about the non-element build of any character and using the summons with it, I'm a little bit skeptical. For example, let's just say you are building your Cloud in non-element, only physical damage, non-elemental. In that cases, probably you will not have the good amount of elemental buff that I am having. For example, let's just say from my gear I'm having a huge amount of elemental buff, from my main weapon I'm having huge amount of elemental buff, and also through other weapons I'm trying to add as much as possible. So this elemental buff you'll be missing if your character is built on non-element damage. Let's just say if you are using Zidane's sword of Cloud and Zidane's costume. Now I cannot tell you that if the damage will be very low if you are using for example, let's just say a relevant summon like Ramuh, who is going to do lightning summon. Probably the damage will be way lower than my build, because my build is supporting lightning damage all the way from the garb to materia, weapon, sub weapon, everywhere. So that's the thing that you need to think about. Now comes the next question, that my character Cloud is on a physical lightning build, so who is going to be the best summon? So I cannot just go ahead and use any summons, because as I talked about before, that each and every summons has certain elements, and if you go to switch summons, this Ifrit is going to give burn, Shiva is going to give ice, Ramuh is going to give lightning, and Bahmut is going to give us magic attack or magic damage. So think about which is going to be the right summon for my lightning Cloud. Definitely that is going to be Ramuh. So in that way you already now know that which summon is going to be the most appropriate summon for you. In my case, Ramuh is going to be my most appropriate summon because of his lightning damage. So I'm just going to switch on to him, and basically there will be a bunch of things to do Basically we need to upgrade this L ability boost, that is charge boost potency. Currently all in 0, all of these abilities are locked, and there is a bunch of tasks as well that we need to complete in order to unlock. And let me just show you by Ifrit's nodes, because I already worked quite a bit on Ifrit and I unlocked these nodes. I leveled up this radiant plume, and also I am in the process of leveling up this hellfire. These are the things that is going to make this summon damage really high. The charge speed, as you can see, the percentage is getting upgraded, the nodes are getting unlocked. So just go ahead and farm these memories from your summon quest. Let me just quickly show you that. If you go to your home, you go to solo content, if you go to your summon quest, this summon quest will be the place that will give you those memories of the summons. And from this Ifrit stage you can farm those Ifrit memory, from Shiva stage Shiva memory, and from other stages others memories. And also if you play this co-op, you will be also farming those memories. This is why it is very important to play co-op these days, guys. And the mistake I did, I kind of already worked with Ifrit. Well, it's not a mistake because we can use these summons later with any character in future. But what I should have done, I should have worked on Ramuh, because the build of my cloud is directly complementing the element of Ramuh, that is lightning. And that is the thing we need to incorporate in our character to get most amount of damage from Ramuh. We need to have good lightning potential. For example, if we go to our character, I don't really have really good lightning potential, only 18 points and level 3. But this lightning potential, if you can increase this thing up to 120, and level 10 that will require 100 points, and damage buff you will get 120%. If you can get up to this, your damage will be really sick. However, this is not realistic because we need to add other elements too. You need to have physical attack, you need to have a basic attack, and other stuff that you need to do in order to do the high damages. So this is the main thing that you need to incorporate, that is the certain element of your summon to your character. Now let's see how to improve this mechanism once again by the use of materia. Now as you can see that most of my materials are currently physical lightning damage, all of these materials. So these materials are going to do really good. This is already a very good material setup. I have lightning weapon, I have lightning garb, I have lightning materia. This is already good, but now there are certain materials that can even make this setup way better. Let me just take you to this enhancement section, synthesis, and there are certain materials, and let me just go all the way down. For example, this materia is going to decrease thunder resist of the enemy. This thunder resist is basically lightning resist, the same thing. So if we reduce this thunder from a thunder resist, the enemy will take more damage from lightning attacks, and as a result the enemy will take more damage from my Ramuh's lightning summon. So in the same way, there is a fire resist decreasing materia, that is fire breach. This is going to reduce the fire resistance of the enemy. That means if you are using Ifrit, these materia will increase the damage. And I think there is another one for Shiva, that is ice resist. This is going to decrease the ice resistance of the enemy. Shiva will do huge amount of damage if you have this materia on your character. So in my case, as I am willing to use Ramuh because I have lightning build, these materia should be ideal. That means sorry, not this one, but this one. This materia should be the ideal for my lightning cloud while using Ramuh. Now currently I don't really have the recipe of this breach, lightning breach, and the game is also not telling me that from where we can get this recipe breach. So if you have any idea, let me know in the comments, because I have also already searched in many places. So what I thought that Probably the game doesn't really have this materia because I completed all the stories and I haven't really got that materia at all. So that's a important setup for to do high amount of damage with your summon. So another thing that you need to concentrate on, that is the enemy. If the enemy is resistant to that particular element, that means if you go to these summons again, and these, as I told, that these summons has certain elements. This one has fire, this one has ice, this one has lightning. So we need to think about that if the enemy is resistant to these damages. For example, there are certain missions that there are certain bosses who are resistant to fire. For example, let me just go to this co-op right now that is currently going on. We go to co-op, and this will be easier for you to understand that in which cases you should not use particular summon. For example, Ifrit. This Ifrit is having a resistance, that means he is resistant to fire. So you should not use Ifrit summon or any sort of fire materials in this co-op. So in this co-op, if you are using Ifrit summon, definitely you will get a very low to no damage. So this is another thing that you need to know. So this was basically my brief guide on how to increase the summon damages. I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and don't forget to support the channel, like this video, support the video, and I hope to see you guys soon in some other videos. Till then, stay awesome and peace out, my friends.